can we in fact mitigate without necessarily crossing a line on privacy?
Well, chiefs, in any emergency, information is key.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the right information, right, verified, evidence-based information that would help the overall effort of containing the spread of the virus. So in which case, again, the DPA is not meant to prevent government. The DPA, meaning the Data Privacy Act, is not here to prevent government from doing its job.
Okay.
And really, the DPA has a twin objective of ensuring this free flow of information, especially in emergencies like this, and that the government can respond properly by using this information.
I mean, does the Code Red and the declaration of a public health emergency is supposed to trigger protocols and to basically send a signal to all of government that some things have to be done? What does it mean specifically for the National Privacy Commission and the regular protocols that we follow?
Well, since you mentioned that, Robbie, I think there are already global or international protocols when it comes to responding to emergencies, and even in handling information and sensitive information at that. In which case, again, I would like to repeat and remind everyone that information sharing must really benefit the community and also, again, promote the government effort.
Give us an example lang of
So,
some
for example,
information na actually hindi naman kailangan.
Let me just zero in on, well, it's actually included already in your lead, which we thought that providing the name, for example, the exact name and the other identifiers that would pinpoint accurately the name of the patient would be counterproductive. In fact, would actually cause more harm than good, because the overall effort is to encourage everyone that that exhibits the symptoms or who felt that they have made contact to come out. And the adverse effect of being publicized might just discourage that particular individual from coming out.
But let me take the devil's advocate part.
Sure.
If I lived in a condo and the person who lives right beside my unit turns out to have COVID-19, wouldn't I want to know that that person there right beside me has COVID-19?
Well, at this point, just to answer you, the Department of Health already has protocols. I'm not saying here that there's no information. There is information, but the information is being handled by competent authorities. So what you can expect is that the Department of Health will be coming to that condominium unit and knocking at the door of this person and basically get the details of where he, the location, the frequent locations that he had been to, and also the contact that he made to others, and supply it to the competent authority like the local government.
These are all emerging gray areas right now. But just to give a very specific example of how there might be gray areas, Deloitte, for example, immediately came out and said, no, yes, employee namin yan. Hindi binigay yung pangalan, but at the same time now, buong BGC, parang nako, ito yung neighbor namin yung building. It's not even a co-worker ko yan.
Correct.
I mean, how was that?
That's also a good use case,
But was
Robbie.
Deloitte, in a way, pushing the envelope on privacy?
Well, if you will now see what Deloitte did next was really to protect their employees' privacy, because they realized the backlash that it had created. It had created their employees are complaining that they have been targeted. The office itself has been targeted. The building itself has been targeted. So I go back to my initial stand on this.
In Pangasinan, the police chief said they are tracking down 3 women who uploaded a face of a COVID-19 patient. Are they liable? And what's the punishment for that under our privacy laws?
Well, under the law, a health information, like a COVID-related information about a person, is considered sensitive information. Relevant na malaman yun because our law penalizes unauthorized processing.
So that is actually an offense, yung ginawa nila?
Yes, at kung wala hong consent yung tao na yun, na nilabas mo po yun, ay maaari ho siya magreklamo under the Data Privacy Act. At ang penalties po dyan is maaaring pagkakakulong po from 3 years to 6 years for unauthorized processing of sensitive personal
Hindi nila pwede
data.
sabihin na public interest, so hindi pwede ganun.
That could be their defense later on, pero again, a patient could also...
But does the patient have to file a complaint? What if it's okay with him? With the person.
yun
I
po,
don't know
no?
if it's
It's
male
their
or
right
female.
also to complain with the National Privacy
Yeah, but Mr.
Commission.
Commissioner Liboro, I
Yes.
think, again, just to contextualize why we have the Commissioner of the National Privacy Commission here, it's because in the early days, especially of this crisis, it was almost as if madalas kayo ma-scapegoat. I mean, the airline said, hindi namin pwedeng bigay yung pangalan ng mga pasahero namin. You've had health officials saying, no, we have a bit of a difficulty getting people to cooperate because they're so cautious. But what's the reality here? I mean, and what would the Privacy Commission say to the rest of government in terms of,
Good that you mentioned that, Robbie, but again, let me say this once more, that the DPA is not meant to prevent government from doing its job. Particularly, and in cases of public health emergencies, actually considered a special case. Okay? And kailangan pong nga ho yung pagpoproseso po ng personal information and sensitive personal information is allowed. No? But two things na dapat nating hindi kalilimutan dito, that the purpose must always be legitimate, and secondly, it must be given out by competent authorities.
So you're saying under certain circumstances, you can actually give out private
Yes, definitely. Opo. Hindi po
information.
Opo. But again, ang kailangan pong panggalingan po niyan would be the Department
The
of
government.
Health. Sila po magko-call po nito.
So baliktad ang approach. You
kung
be
ito
as
ho-
aggressive as you need to
Yes.
be to address this
Yes.
and then ma-flag ka na lang kung
opo.
inabuso mo
Sa ngayon
later
po,
on.
nakikita pa po nila na effective po itong ganito lamang. Ito rin po ang ginagawa sa ibang bansa at nako-contain din naman nila yung virus dun sa mga successful jurisdictions.
Sige, okay, let's
Yan yung mga nagsishare ng yung mga nakarecover. Paano yung mga may sakit pa? What if people are starting to share names, pictures?
Yun nga.
You're liable ba? Are you liable?
Mas talagang inaalala natin dito yung overall na effect nito sa
Kasi magkakaibigan
lipunan
yan
natin.
eh.
So,
This is dangerous dito,
ayun,
ganyan.
ang masasabi ko na lang dyan, Ani, talagang yung panawagan natin sa mga kababayan natin. This is a whole of society effort if you want to win this battle against COVID-19, and information will play a key role here. But we're talking of verified, right information given to the competent authorities that can handle this.
So, pabayaan na lang si
ganun po
DOH,
yata.
you're
Yung po
saying.
dun sa pag yung call,
Pronouncements.
kung i-ano ho natin yun ho ikalat natin yung impormasyon na binibigay po ng DOH.